going to open the door and you're going to go, get it.
Okay.
All right?
Just while she's right outside the door.
Yeah, right. She's right outside.
And then we'll work on her being on her bed, and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll work. That will come, but you're going to start leading.
Right.
and you're going to lead by getting in front of her.
Right.
Basically, is what you're going to do. You're setting her up for success, and that's what everything that we're doing here. I mean, you know, you can't mess up here. If she does hesitate for any length of time, you want the momentum to keep on going. So then you just do get it. You do a reset cookie. It's fine. You can leave behind the thoughts that I'm rewarding bad behavior.
Okay.
You are resetting and starting another cycle.
We want to ignore the bad behavior.
We want to ignore it as much as you possibly can.
I was going to say, what about, say we're in my yard and she sees my neighbor and she just books it.
Is it not fenced?
It's not fenced. I mean, it's not close like this.
Right.
So, you know, usually when I take her out to potty, you know, usually,
she's off lead.
Yeah, and usually I'll have like the shock collar, but I use the vibrate because, I mean, I do the beep, and then if she doesn't come after the beep, I'll do the vibrate, but I want to get away from that period.
Yeah, you want to get away from that period. And you might try restraining her. This is a thin biothane. I'm not going to unroll the other one. The orange one, this is 10 feet. I think this is 20. This is $13 on Amazon. You know, it's not expensive. It's nice for walking the dog because it allows them to get out sort of away from you.
Right.
Being next to you is pressure. They have to learn that this is a really reinforcing space to be. And this, I think, is 20 feet.
Okay.
So 20 feet's a little harder, but this keeps her. So when you put it on, you drop food and put it on. You never go for a struggle. Okay?
I was going to say, because it's always a struggle.
No, you never go for a struggle. Just drop food.
Okay.
Okay? And here's what and drop kibble or something. You feed a little less.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's not fat anyhow.
Right.
So you don't want to get her fat. But this gives her space to kind of be away from you. You know, and it's good if she has a chance to kind of be away from you.
And now, I mean, I have a retractable one.
Oh, I hate retractable ones.
I'm not a fan either, but it just kind of.
The only place they belong?
Okay.
$13. You can't.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
like, it's waterproof. It's flexible. It stays soft like this in the winter. You know?
Now, even if she chews like that?
Well, you don't want to chewing it. That is so good that you laid down. I'm really proud of you for that. I am really proud. So, no, we don't want her chewing. I would put her on. Do you walk her?
I do, and I have a harness.
Front?
What do you mean front?
Attaches in the front? Teaches them to pull. Attaches in the back.
Okay.
Okay, that's how they have huskies move.
Okay, you're right.
And so that's it's got to be a front harness, and I just got this one. I'm not sure I like it. I have so many of these I don't like. This is a really big one. This isn't a bad one, but it's a really big one. It's too big for her. This is a Martindale, and it's like it's based off a horse tack. these should never come together when it's on the dog. So if these come together, it's not a good one. You'll find that they'll come about that close together. It gives you a little bit of control. It's not a choke chain. It's easy to get on and off. I have a small one. I'm not.
So is it like a collar type? Or?
Yeah, it's a collar.
Okay.
And then, oh, I just have these long lines everywhere. Let me see this one. Let me see this. So,
That's gonna be one of the biggest challenges is not to say no.
you know, you'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you start to see that this dog stops being in this frantic state, because really, I mean, she doesn't like being here either.
Right.
She doesn't like being wrong all the time. So, you'll start to see improvement and you'll be like, oh, this is working. It really does work. It seems like the antithesis of what's going to work, but it really does work.
So buy a thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
No, I don't know that. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. What a good girl. So when you pet her, easy. Don't, no arousing pets. So this is wrong.
She's aroused already, huh?
Yeah. So, you know, it's like everyone would go, we'd send our search dogs out and they'd go, ramp them up, you know? And I could never do that. I had to quiet mine down. It's like,
Right.
get a grip, dog. So I just got one. I hate this one. I don't know who this is by. I guess this is the pet safe one.
So where do you prefer getting things from?
Jeff Bezos gets most of my paycheck.
Yeah, I agree.
Jeff Bezos put me out of business, my e-commerce business in 2012. I had my e-commerce business since 1999.
Really?
He put me out of business.
Well, you're part of a long, long list.
I was one of the first to ever have a website. I lived in California and I did a TV show at the local Foothill College. And I had CEOs of startups as camera one, and I had an IT guy as camera 3. I mean, you know, I had amazing people. And they had come to, I was doing a cooking class. So I got amazing people because it was right there in Mountain View that we were doing the cooking class. And I said, well, you know, if you don't mind, go over to Foothill College, learn to run the equipment, and be my crew for my television show. And 10 of them walked out, and 10 of them were, we had a lot of volunteers. We used all 5 cameras, and we had a great time. I had a director from PBS.
Oh, wow.
Used to do Yan Can Cook, and was the unit director, and everything was done on a volunteer basis, but it was very fun. We did it for several years. We did it for almost, I don't know, 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Vegetarian cooking, and it was the only people that were doing cooking was Yan Can Cook and Julia Childs. There was no Food Channel.
Yeah, I was going to say that. There was no Food Channel back then.
But I'll tell you, you know, I walked into a breakfast at the Chamber in Morgan Hill, and everyone, well, who are you? Oh, we're vegetarian country. Well, talk about killing the mood. And then everyone starts, and now it's not so bad, but then everyone starts their meat, you know, confessing their meats.
Oh, yes.
So I would get something with a little bit of a line, and then
Okay.
I would not let her rehearse bad behavior.
Okay.
So when she's not, so if you let her go run over there to the neighbor, then that's a huge reward for her.
Right.
So that behavior is getting rewarded. So tether her.
Okay.
And then the neighbor can come up and stand, and you can be standing beside her, and the neighbor can come up, and as long as she's settled, either laying or sitting, then you give her a treat, not him. You give her the treat.
Okay.
And as she gets, see, she has too much freedom.
Right.
She has too much place to be in trouble, and so
Right.
so she needs parameters.
Right. Okay. You need some structure in your life, girl.
You need some structure, and she's always going to be an act. I mean, she's not going to be an active dog.
And that's the thing is, I don't want her to, because my wife always jokes with me. She's like, "You're like my dad. All you want is a dog that'll go sit over on the bed and be quiet." I'm like, "Well, no. I mean, I want one that'll mind, you know."
Yeah, no, you want a dog that will have its place
Right.
in the house.
Right.
So. And having its place in the house is not jumping up in your face and all over your young kids. Because your kids are going to end up, especially the youngest one, is going to end up afraid of dogs.
Right, and that's what I do not want.
And you do not want that.
Right.
So, put your hands away. Because she's trying to get to the hands.
Right.
Because hands do this. This is play. Put the hands away. And you can tell, put the hands away. So, that's nice. Good girl. Good girl. Everything doesn't have to be food. Doesn't matter. You know, that's primary.
Right.
It can be, so I was petting her while she was jumping up on me. Bad, Trina.
That's all right. Hey, we all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. Here we go. So I would just get her a little bit heavier duty.
Found those treats.
Found the bait bag. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Good.
So I can just say like, get it for the like the cookie scatter or whatever.
Yeah.
Just say get it and throw out a couple.
Or cookie scatter and just throw them. And when you come into, is she loose when you come into the house?
Mm-mm. Oh.
Okay.
No.
So when you let her out of that crate, is she wild?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, dollar store.
Okay.
Cheerios.
Okay.
Okay, I think you should work for Cheerios. I think you would.
She probably worked for a vacuum.
You're a primary kind of girl. Good. Treats go down to her.
Okay.
And because I don't want her having a rough mouth, I'm cupping my hand and I'm putting them down there.
Okay.
Treats up here, dog goes up.
Okay.
She does work for Cheerios. Dollar store, Cheerios everywhere.
Just plain Cheerios?
Just plain Cheerios. You can, if you want to get fancy schmancy or give the wife another
Yeah.
thing to do, you can take a cotton ball and put a little liquid smoke on it.
Alright.
And put it in there with the Cheerios. And then take it out after, a day. And the Cheerios will smell like all those nasty little treats. So they will have that hickory smoke flavor. So the other, I like these because you can do a lot of training with these, and it's not going to interfere with the dog's diet. They're not going to throw up or have diarrhea or any sort of GI problem. Really clean treats are Charlie Bears.
Okay.
And this bag is like $5.99. It's 16 ounces. And they love the ones that are chicken, pumpkin, and apple flavored.
Now, where do you get those? Just PetSmart or whatever?
Jeff Bezos. I just did. You know, I mean, you go to the pet stores are too expensive. That is so good.
Yeah, and let me ask you, because I've got a little bag of like the blue. She eats the blue puppy food. And so I got the blue treats. You know, like the.
Yeah, but they're expensive.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I can just get something cheaper.
Cheerios.
Like, yeah. Okay.
She'll work for Cheerios.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not going to affect her. And each one of these treats is 3 calories. Not each one of these Cheerios, you know?
That's true.
And you're putting one Cheerio down at a time. Yeah, good.
Oh yeah, we're going to be working on some Cheerios.
Yeah, working on Cheerios. Good. Yeah. Good. Okay, so you capture behavior, you lure behavior. This is luring behavior. So this is, the nose is the refrigerator, the treat is the magnet.
Okay.
Magnet goes on refrigerator.
Okay.
And you bring the dog where you want it.
So when we let her out the crate, now.
Cookie scatter.
Okay.
Okay? And then.
So she opens the gate and cookie scatter, right as she opens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cookie scatter. So, toys for this dog. You could wet her food and stuff it in here.
Okay.
And give her this.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could put dry kibble in there. That's a nice little, I don't know, it's nice plastic, I like it.
And we have a little Kong, like a smaller one.
Yeah.
And we stuff a treat in there and it'll take her a little while.
Yeah, you could stuff her food in there too.
Okay.
And rather than eating out of a bowl, this dog has to work her mind.
Okay.
Working her mind makes her